So what's up, guys? Today it's me behind the camera, not Frankie. Frankie's out towing. We got the tow business finally back up and running. We have a 11th gen SI, first for me, that we're doing lowering springs on. If you guys saw my previous videos, you know that I did a full bolt-on kit and Eibach lowering springs on a sport touring hatch. This is a full-blown SI. First impressions, it just reminds me of a bigger version of the 10th gen in a sense. I do like, for working purposes, the more space we have in the front now with the turbo. You can actually see the turbo. It's not hidden, and the radiator support isn't right up against it. There's also more space in the back, as you can see. But this thing only has 1,000 miles, of course. Middle red section on the interior. The shifter feels really great compared to the stock 10th gen shifters, which I do like, and I do like the whole honeycomb interior. For a daily driver, I would definitely buy this car. For daily driving, I would buy it. Now, so far I gotta do lowering springs. The suspension components kind of look the same and very similar to the 10th gen, so it shouldn't take me long to do this. But besides that, I will take you along the journey. I mean, it might be repetitive, but I figured why not? Because I know there's going to be a whole bunch of questions, because I've done the sport. Is the sport the same when it comes to doing the lowering springs and blah blah blah? Also, for all you guys out here, this is the part number. Let me make sure that you guys can see it. This is the part number for that side. Eibach lowering spring kit, which reminds me, I kind of want to walk upstairs and see if this is the same part number as the 10th gen one. E1040-036-022. Yes, I was upstairs. 2036-022. It is the same part number. I gotta tie my shoes. It's the same part number. The same part number. So I had to set upstairs. Oh, that's funny. So I already got the one spring out. It's just like the 10th gens and all the 11th gens. 12 on the sway bar end link, which the hole is right here. You can see it right here. 12, 17. I put the bolt back in right there real quick, and then this just drops down. You don't have to put anything under it, because I've done so many of these that I know there's no spring tension on these when a car is jacked up. But safety is everything. With every car, you should put something under it in case the spring pops. But with these, the spring does not pop. There's no tension. But this one is out. I'm gonna swap it in real quick. I always start with the rears because the rears are easy. The fronts, obviously, you gotta compress the spring and do all that thing, so you need the tool over there have on the wall. But this one is pretty self-explanatory, and it's just like all the other ones. So I'm gonna breeze by this. You're gonna grab your 17, and you're gonna go to this bolt right here, down here, the 17, and loosen it. I already loosened the 12 on the other side for the sway bar end link. Again, I know this thing isn't gonna pop out on me because I've done so many. So as you can see, then you just pop it out and you take the spring out, and that's it. That's all it is for the rear. It's pretty easy and self-explanatory. So I already got this side apart. I want to hurry up and get this side done so I can show you guys how to on that side. But real quick, they did away with ADS delete. With active dampening. So this is the front strut. As you can see, it just has the sway bar on it link. It doesn't have the sensor on the side anymore, which is good for coilovers. So this is just confirming it. So I definitely got ahead of myself and took this side apart and forgot to record. Stupid me. Yes, you overextend the axle, it's gonna pop out of place. I'll show you guys how to pop it in later. But you undo the 3 bolts to the ball joint right here. Don't kill me, but I want to take the tension off of this ABS wire, so I undid it from there. But you undo the 3 bolts to the lower ball joint, which is right here. Well, not 3 bolts, 3 nuts. You can pop the control arm out you lift this up, then you kind of move it forward and to the side because you want the ball joint to get past the lower control arm. And then you take a rubber mallet. You know, this is a newer car, so it wasn't that rusty in there. And then I undo the two 12s for the brake line ABS, just so I can move the brake line out of the way and be able to hit this right here with a rubber mallet. Obviously, you take the 17 out of here and you take the 14 mil out of the sway bar, and then you kind of just work your way in until it drops down. You do not take the top 14 bolts out, the 3, until this is completely out. Once this is completely out, then you take these 3 out and then you take it out. I'll probably show a video on putting it back in, but that's pretty much how you do it. Do as I say, not as I do. But you can these springs aren't under a lot of tension, so you could just loosen the 17 nut and it'll shoot a little bit out that way, but it won't do nothing crazy. And then you don't need to compress the new spring because it's short enough where you can assemble the whole thing and still be able to catch thread, so you don't have to compress the new spring. But some people call me crazy. But here we go. As you saw, it pops, but nothing crazy. So I just know that from, don't do this with every car. First time you're doing this on a car you never worked on, do it the right way. I just do it this way because I've done so many of these. I now know that I can do it this way. When you learn from repetition, and then you're able to take shortcuts. That's the idea behind this. So this is the car all done. I think this Pro Kit gives it like an inch drop. I mean, obviously it's kind of hovercraft right now, but it's on stock wheels. But for just researching purposes, I put one of my wheels on for my old 10th gen, and this is an 18.5 plus 30 offset. As you can see, it pokes a little bit more than my when I had it on the 10th gen, on my 10th gen. But I mean, I would recommend like an 18.5 by 35 plus 35 or plus 38 if you want to get rid of that poke, or if you just want to camber it a little bit, you could do that too with coilovers. But wheels are for sale still, by the way, but it looks pretty damn good.